live tonight again. I did say in my community chat, in my community, sorry, I would be going live on Saturday, which I still will be going live on Saturday. It's just I found it hard to sleep, so I just thought I'd go live again tonight as well. Yeah. To be honest, I wanted to speak a lot about mental health as well, and get a lot of things cleared up if people are, actually suffer with mental health. If you give me 2 seconds there, guys, I'm just gonna check something. I do apologise. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. But the thing is, I think like realistically, like a lot of people suffer with mental health, like out there in the world, and a lot of people actually find it hard to like come to terms with a lot of emotional things that's going on in their head. Like I actually find it hard to sometimes express myself to like the world and tell people how I feel as well about things. And that's sometimes really hard sometimes to actually like make like videos and talk about a lot of problems and emotions like that's going on in your head. You find it hard sometimes to actually speak about things because like you feel embarrassed and you feel like shameful and you feel like you don't want to bring other people down because like they see how good you actually like progressing in life and actually see how happy you are in like in your life, like everything that's going on in your life. You actually see other people's like faces like and like cheer up when you're actually happy, but when you're down, of course, like their moods actually also drop and you feel selfish for like putting people through that as well. So you always try and like force happiness as well. Like which I feel a lot of the time I do, like try and force happiness and try and force that like I don't know, like you gotta force your life into like perspective as well and like try and find happiness in yourself because I know it's difficult for like me to sit here and say, like just go out and be happy because it's not as simple as like, saying it. You've actually got to like believe it in yourself and believe in, you can be happy as well again. Or if you actually feel down, you can also like speak to friends, family. It always helps, and it actually helped me as well, like overcome a lot of things in my life. And I think that's the key, to any like happiness, like is being honest with yourself first before you actually reach out for help. You've actually got to want the help as well. You've actually got to accept where you are in life and like how you actually feel. So not with the world, you sometimes you don't feel like you fit in. Like sometimes it can be too much. Like family gatherings and big days out can feel like, it's the end of your like end of the world. But like even little gatherings as well can feel the same, which is strange. But like if you struggle with mental health and you have like ADHD, different problems or psychosis, bipolar and things, like I understand 100% get where people's minds are at, like to see past your actual disability and your mental health. It's hard to look past that and actually find happiness again in yourself, but it does come one day, and I think I'm on the journey of actually still finding that myself, like finding where life's going to take me, like on this spiral, like going straight ahead. And sometimes like it's not always like that because you can always diverse as well and spiral back down to fully depression again. You can be the fully depressing person again. Which I find hard, and sometimes it feels we have failed as well. It feels we have failed because you can try so much, and like it doesn't matter how much you try, you can always you can always feel like that failure inside kicking in again, like telling yourself you're not going to find your happiness. You're not going to completely complete your success with your dreams of actually doing what you want to do as well, which is hard when you've got a dream. Sometimes your mental health or any disability that you've got sometimes can block your dreams from actually becoming true, or anything you do in life. You find it hard to like actually make sense of things, because mental health can do that to you as well. Make it hard for you to make sense of your own life, if that makes sense as well. And I feel as though that you've just got to overcome these problems by talking about things and discussing things. And I've had counselling sessions, and I've had different appointments about my mental health with different people and professionals, doctors, and it sometimes like gives me like a lot of stability to actually realise that other people want to hear my crazy stories, and other people want to hear my my life and where my mind's at. And sometimes you feel like it's actually like it's like a warm feeling, and knowing that other people out there actually willing to take time. And professionals, are paid to listen. That's that's fair enough. But at the time, you don't think of who's paid or who's. You're just pleased to have your problem out there and actually discuss what's going on in your brain as well. Like actually put that part of your life that was affecting you so much, sort of to rights with somebody else. And if somebody listens to that, it's it's 100% a succession in your life to actually have that person to console in, if it's a GP or it's a counsellor as well, which I realised. So if anybody actually feels down and depressed and actually feels like their life's not worth living, trust me, it is actually worth living as well. And there's always people that can actually bring you down and actually make you feel like your life may not be worth living, but like realistically, it is worth living. Everybody's life everybody's life has a purpose. It's just like finding that purpose and finding that thing that you want to do, and the thing that you're good at, or thing that you maybe haven't got the confidence to do right now, but one day you will have the confidence to do that. And that's all it is. It's finding that confidence in yourself to boost your morale and actually push yourself to the limits to overcome a lot of your mental health. And that's what I do as much as I can myself, by creating that dance videos and making these shorts on YouTube, pushing these dance videos out there as much as I can to try and not just for awareness for others as much as I love to do that, but also for my own social surroundings in my life. I also try and do that as for my state of mind as well, to try and better myself. So I don't want to go back down that road of unhappiness. If I can fill that void with something so meaningless to other people, which I understand a lot of people don't value my lifestyle and the way I make my videos as much as I do myself. But you've got to have value in yourself, before anybody else can maybe take note of how much stuff that how much you value your things, and maybe will start valuing the things that you like and your things as much as you do as well. And it's just having that confidence around things that you love, putting your passion out there and showing the world that like you are good enough to compete with other people, and you are good enough to crack down on finding the source of what's actually going on in your head. Cracking down on the deep worries of what you've actually had going on in your life. And a lot of people have had problems from like since they've been like a child, or since they've grown up, and people get it later in their life. And even when you're even when you're an older person, you can still have problems, which is it's 100% true as well. But it's finding like what your mind can, where your mind can take you when you're actually on a happy journey, instead of sitting there and letting your anxiety beat you up and beat you up and beat you up till you just can't get back up anymore, you know, and until life, you know, just grinds you down into pieces, and you just feel like it's impossible to see that light at the end of the tunnel, if that makes sense as well. Like to try and like define what is happiness, if that's a question, you know, I haven't got the answers, but I do know one thing: I just do what it makes me happy. I don't try and please anybody else, because that don't work. You know, you've got to be in it for yourself without being too selfish or implied, if you like. I've got to try and be in it for myself as much as I can, because nobody will back me as much as I back myself. People love you and they do care, and 100% believe that, but you know, I'm actually quite content with my life, and I'm actually in a very healthy, happy relationship, you know, with my partner, which I love, yeah, more than the world. And it's sometimes hard to actually see somebody you love, like a partner, actually look at somebody that they love so much. Yeah, I pick myself up on that one. But seriously, like, turn that life around and actually do something that I've actually started enjoying, that person hasn't seen in that person that they love, which is me, in a long time. So it also makes that person happy, and that's a bonus as well. Like, you've also got to be willing to help somebody I love, and it's hard to like find that like balance and making yourself happy and let that other person, allow that other person in, so they can also share this journey with you and actually have that happiness and those memories with you as well. And that's all about talking and chatting, like I was saying earlier, just talking about things. So yeah, I do think my partner's actually helped me a lot in life as well with my mental health, you know. So, and it must have been hard at the beginning as well, actually seeing how much I've progressed from, you know, being so young and happy to growing up with a lot of worries in my life. And she's yeah, she's always been there, but I don't think she's actually realised how much she's been there till she's actually been in different situations, like when I've been with doctors and I've been at different, these big buildings, and she's seen me walk away with doctors, and it's like her world gets taken away, not just my life. So you've got to think of other people as well. As much as you might not want to at the time, you've got to find it in you, you've got to dig deep and actually think about who it affects, who your life affects. You might not want to be around, and you know, you might not want to be around, but you just got to find that in yourself to be around for somebody else, somebody you love. So to me, in my journey of life at the moment, it's my partner that actually helps me. As much as it might pain me to admit that, because I do love her, but I sometimes don't want to give her that chip on her shoulder either, you know. She'll probably use that one to our advantage now. But I'm just being honest as well, just being honest, and you've got to be honest about who actually is there for you as well. And my family also, you know, have been a lot more supportive lately as well about my mental health, and there's been a lot more understanding. But I don't think anybody's opinion means more to me than my partner's, because I live with her, and she's seen me ups and downs for years and years and years. So as the title is mental health, my partner now understands mine. So that means more than money or anything to me. That means that person's actually taking time out of their hour, day, week, month, year, to put their life on hold, to cherish your life and say, I'm going to take time to craft this person's personality back to the way I had this person's personality in the beginning. And that, you know, to me is love, you know. So yeah, that's love, you know, for somebody to actually stop and consider you. And I think a lot of people forget to realise like what actually is love, and how it actually is supposed to be. And that's how I think it is. If somebody actually you know, worships your life as much as you do with that person as well, but Even when you can't find happiness, they still find happiness. Even when you don't love yourself, they love you. So a lot of people need to realize that love is not just a word. You know, it should be also, you know, it should be proven as well, and shown. And a lot of people in this generation, I think, have failed to understand what the word love means. But I've understood this word, you know, for this, especially this year, from last year when I was going through a bad path in my life, till this year when I'm trying to find that happiness and actually create that journey I want in my head, like create that environment that I'm trying to actually you know, go to a happy place now. And I just hope that she can be along for the ride a lot longer in my life. Yeah, so that's all it is. It's just find a person and just like feel like that connection's, you know, unbelievable, and you can't break that. Nothing can break that. So, you know, I'd like to take you know, everything I have and just give that respect back to that person that actually has been there for me. So mental health is hard, but other people also help you through that as well, which I have realised. Hold on, guys. Yeah, sorry about that, guys, but what I was saying was, like, the most important thing that you've got to realise is yourself and what you actually can do in life. You've got to push yourself to overcome these problems. You've got to push yourself, even though you might not want to push yourself. Like, you might not want to push yourself, and you might actually feel weak, and you might feel like nobody cares about what actually happens in your life. But like, everybody's life's got a purpose. That's what I can say. Like, everybody's existence, you know, has got that purpose of I just generally think it's finding something that you want to do, and you've actually got to push yourself to do that thing and not let anything hold you back. And the biggest thing for holding you back is like anxiety. And anxiety is a killer, you know. Anxiety is hard to overcome, because anxiety can like just happen anytime, like in your life, and you can feel like happy, and you can feel like you're going to do something and push yourself and tell yourself you're actually going to like power through the day or power through life. But that anxiety can just like creep up from anywhere, and it's like so like unbearable sometimes that you feel like it's unbearable to actually live and actually feel like I'm going to find happiness in your day. Never mind like in that year or that month or that week, even in a day, you know, an hour, you can feel anxious and you feel anxiety for no reason. And that's part of mental health as well, you know. Like, not knowing why is also a part of mental health. Not knowing what you're feeling sometimes, but a lot of people feel misunderstood, and a lot of people feel missed out in life as well. Like, you know, they're both linking together as well. So having such a bad like experience with mental health, I understand that a lot of people out there would consider you know, somebody like myself crazy. I don't like to pass that word around so much, but when people find out how much like medication you go through, or how much counselling you get, how many people come to your house to check how you are, a lot of people can view that as not normal. But like, what is normal? Like, in a sense, what's normal? I can't find a definition of normal, but I just focus on what's normal for me. Not nobody else. You've got to focus on what's normal for you, because you can't control other people's minds. You can't control what their expectations of you are going to be. The income of thoughts that you have through your head, like, can sometimes take you from like a normal week to a lifetime of destruction. Like, a lot of thoughts can actually take over you for a week, and a lot of thoughts can take over your week to like your days, to your hours, to your minutes, like thinking about a lot of bad thoughts. So I say to people that sometimes say you don't need medication, or you feel like you don't need medication, you're fine now. And I try not to like, I try not to like take medication as best as I can. I would like to take medication more regularly as well. But I sometimes feel like it's a sign of weakness. Like, taking medication, I feel like it's going to be like a sign of weakness in my life. I don't want to appear weak to not to anybody else but myself. And I just want to sometimes feel normal for that one day. Without medication, you do feel like normality. You feel normal, and you feel like you're coping like the rest of the world. So like, yes, you're coping, and you can actually feel how it actually feels to live without actually having these pills to actually get you through the day. But I think it is something I will have to maybe start taking it a lot more regularly as well, to actually find that happiness, so I can make a lot more cheerful lives as well. But mental health is just a big thing in life, and people don't chat about it, and people don't speak about it. But you've got to speak about your problems as well as your happy times. People get happy times, and I think a lot of happy times don't last. Happiness is hard to come by as well. But there's more misery in life than happiness, which is the way I view the world at the moment. I think it's a lot more misery than happiness. So I take that as how I take it. Just mental health's like so difficult with like ADHD, like I say, or if somebody's got psychosis, and bipolar as well. Autism as well. There's a lot of different mental health things out there, but I think they're all linked together as well. And they're all a challenge. They're all a challenge. Even simple as going to the shops and standing in a long line, and a long line of people in a queue can make you anxious, because of that many people there. You think everybody's watching you, and it's not the case of that. It's just a case of you overthinking things. But try telling you that when you're in a situation. No, there's no chance. There's no chance of getting through to yourself. So I am recognizing a lot more things that I'm actually doing in life, and what the mental health is, and what I'm actually I'm recognizing my own mental health now, more than ever, to be honest. It's just sometimes you get a lot of nerves that I need to overcome, and a lot of social anxiety that I need to overcome as well. But since it's live, like now on YouTube, I'm just going to talk about the subject as much as I can. I do apologise if I repeat a lot of the conversation. It's just, if other people tune in to the live, I just got to keep repeating it as well. But I'll try and make a lot more lives. Like on Saturday, I'm going to go live as well. For a longer time. I'm going to try and make it a lot more happier, and make it around a lot more of my more successful videos of some of my dance videos as well, which has been such a good the good thing in my life at the moment, just making these videos and shorts, YouTube shorts and dancing for you guys to actually, actually enjoy more than ever now, and I really appreciate that. So, that means a lot to me. Dancing takes my mind off mental health. Everybody's got their own techniques and their own balance to take their mind off mental health, and mine is with the dancing as well. So it's just, I think, like, just recognizing yourself more than anything. Just got to recognize that problem. Just recognizing things, and understanding who you are as a person, I think, is the main, recognition of your mental health as well. And you've also got to, like, think to yourself, like what is, like, life about as well? Like, how long do you want to, like, exist and not do anything and not push yourself to make sense of things as well? Like, to make sense of your life. You don't want to be stuck in the same place for, like, 20 year and never actually find who you want to be as a person either. You've got to find who you want to be as a person. Like, I think that's the main thing. Finding who you want to be as a person, and just living that thing that you love so much every day as well. Like, just doing that thing you love so much every single day. And have no regrets, have no regrets in life either. Living with regrets is probably the worst thing. Like, living with regrets is probably the worst thing. Never actually succeeding on your problems, and never actually realizing, like, where you're going to be in life to live with regrets. I think it'd be difficult living with regrets. So I try and be as honest as I can with everybody out there that actually watches this video, and trying to be, clear as I can be to get through to people as well, to realize that life is worth living, and you should love life and be as happy as you can, no matter the situation. Sometimes you should try and just push and overcome everything. And I know a lot of people like say easier said than done as well, but you ask yourself, you exist in this big world, like, you exist in this huge world, like, and it's scary because you could just die, you could, drop down dead, you could, be doing the washing, and you just, could die right there. You could go to the gym, you could die, you could go to work, you could do anything, you could just die. So you've got to cherish your life as well. You've got to cherish everything you do, and you've got to love and put passion into the things you love and do, and people around you as well. You don't know what's going to be the last phone call or the last conversation, so you should always put passion and time into people as well, as much as you do yourself. And just find a hobby as well. Like, find a hobby, find something to do, find something that's going to actually help you in your life. And that's, to be honest, that's why I do YouTube as well. That's why I actually do these videos to actually sometimes look back on for myself as well, and to see how far I've actually come on life as well, to see how far I've actually pushed myself to could be 4 years from now, you know, if I'm still around, hopefully. Yeah, to look back and just think, oh, I was at that point in my life at one point, but now I've actually found happiness. Well, not found happiness, but found a lot more stability and a lot more structure in my life that I haven't got right now. Smoking also helps with, for me personally. I wouldn't advise anybody to smoke if you don't smoke, but for me personally, like, smoking sometimes helps a lot of anxiety and calms your nerves. So it's a nicotine hit. So a lot of people don't, you know, view smoking as, yeah, it's not cool or it's not. I do it because I've done it for a long time, and you know, it doesn't look that good either, but I do it because of nerves and anxiety as well. But I wish I could stop, you know. I wish I actually could, like, just quit smoking altogether and just find another avenue of relief and actually you know, stick to something else than smoking, because smoking does it does suck, you know. You know, but you only smoke for so long, it's just hard to just give up. You know, it's hard to just give up as easy as that. Like, just to give up, it's hard to just like say, I'm going to stop smoking right now and, you know, and find something else. But hopefully, again, one day, you know, I can challenge myself and find a way to actually overcome, you know, this nicotine hit I need. But yeah, like I was saying before, I think live on Saturday will be a lot more upbeat and a lot more happier as well. Just find in myself to you know, not force happiness, but have a lot of you know, happier, have happier conversations with you guys and have happier stories to tell, instead of just you know, having this flat, you know, nature conversation with everybody that's watching. So, but like I say, you've got to talk about mental health in the world, because there is mental health as well for men and women. So a lot of people do relate, I think, to a lot of the things that people actually see out there, and it's if it helps somebody, you know, that'll be a bonus. Just even one person to actually look and think, you know, this helps, and that's all I want to do, is try and help as much as I can, and also help myself, you know. And the actual videos I've been actually uploading on my YouTube channel, I've actually put like so much content up there, and I've been really enjoying like making videos, like especially like making the Prime videos and trying Prime as well. And the only Prime I've got to try now is the KSI one, and I think it's Lemon Prime as well, you know, something like that. And that's the only two I've got to try. But in the UK, it's actually quite difficult to find. For me personally, I can't find those drinks, or if they're in stock, if they're in the store, out of stock, because everybody's been buying them. So it's a bit of a shame I can't get those last two videos put out there. But you know, again, I think, you know, I'll find a way to do that one day. You know, just need to look around a lot more to try and get my hands on those drinks as well. But yeah, I think it's just, life can hand you a lot of problems, but you've got to sometimes like find the strength to deal with those problems as well. That light is actually quite bright, and it makes it look very yellow as well. Just do that. Yeah. I think that's better, yeah, for lighting. But yeah, finding the issue, the problems is not it's not that simple, you know. But you just got to find it in yourself to realize that you can be happy one day, and you can have your dreams one day that you want to do. It's just you've also got to start from the bottom. You've also got to create your own ideas and make those ideas, you know, push those ideas out there for other people to actually be interested in as much as you are. And that's all I'm trying to do with these videos. But I will just move that a second right there. So it's like happiness can, like, you know, be so overrated as well. Like, you can have so many happy moments in life, but like if you think about how much do those moments actually come around, like once in a lifetime, sometimes they do, you know, when you get invited to places like weddings and dues as well, and you know, it doesn't happen much in life. There's more sadness than actual happy memories in life as well, which I hate. You know, there's always sadness. I've also been thinking about like getting a lot more tattoos as well. Because I'm really into tattoos. Like I keep showing on live. Like I've got those tattoos, but I just need to like think about that more structural ideas instead of just getting tattoos for having like a tattoo purpose, and actually having like a lot more thought into what I actually want, instead of just saying I want a tattoo, so I'm just going to go for that tattoo, you know. But on Saturday, you know, the live will be a lot more upbeat, and there will be a lot more you know, conversation, I think, with happier stories that I've got to share as well, instead of all this gloom. And that's the main issue of like realizing what you actually want to do as well. Like when you go live, you've actually got to have like a lot of, I was going to say thought into what you want to speak about, but there's got to be a lot of chat going as well. Sometimes it's hard to just keep conversation, you know, to myself, chatting to myself. You know, I do that myself on a day-to-day basis, talk to myself, but you know, just chatting to my phone. You know, so I'm probably used to that as well. And I also really appreciate, like, you know, last time I went live as well, like I had a good conversation with somebody as well. So I really appreciate that person that, you know, was saying I was inspiring as well. So that means a lot, you know, for a lot of my subscribers to actually watch my content as well as join my live. So I really appreciate you know, the positive message and energy I get off people as well when I go live. But yeah, I just think, I don't know what maybe I could talk about on Saturday. I could also talk about, I don't know if I want to create like a dance, a dancing, more of in-depth dancing, explain a lot more of how it comes across and how I actually create the videos and how I actually come up with the ideas of, I'm going to pick a song and going to create that song into a short video, and actually, you know, I might actually talk about that as well, and do like behind the scenes you know, tour as well, of where I actually do the videos as well. So I think that'll be quite interesting to do. As much as I actually
I don't particularly actually like where I've actually got the dance either. I don't particularly like, um, the floor and the room size. It's sometimes hard to actually throw some shapes, if you like. But life can hand you things as well that you don't particularly want. But you just got to make do, and you've got to just adapt to your situations and your surroundings in a sense. Yeah, I think that'll be the idea for Saturday. Just showing a lot of more in depth of where the dance videos are actually recorded as well. I've got a few more ideas to actually shift around and place the camera so I can actually have better shots as well. But for some reason I just decided just to put it on one place and just go with it. I should do a variety of different areas around the house and then decide where the best lighting is and stuff. But I just sometimes get an idea and just put the video down, press record and dance. And that's the thing, you've actually sometimes got to have that actually thought instead of just saying I'm gonna do this and just bang, release that video and think, yeah, I like it. You've also got to have other people's interests at heart as well. But yeah, for anybody out there that suffers with mental health, you're not alone. You're not weak. It's just a part of life. It's a part of life. It's a part of who you are. Sometimes you can never get over it. You can never understand why it happens, but it does just happen, and you've got to deal with those things in life. You've got to deal with why you feel like that, why you feel down, and why you sometimes feel like you're not loved, and why sometimes you feel like you don't fit in. But yeah, it's a part of life. Everybody has those feelings, and it's not wrong, and it's also not, um, a weakness. It sometimes can be a strength to overcome a lot of your mental health as well. I personally think that as well. I think if my journey, I think of my journey, sorry, and I think of where I was and where I am like now. I think I've overcome a lot of things in my life that maybe I didn't think I ever would. So, in a sense, without being too big-headed, I do pat myself on the back for that one. I pat myself on the back for overcoming these things. But sometimes I just like people to listen more and just understand me instead of just thinking I'm just going to like jump in on his life and actually pretend I understand when realistically they haven't got a clue of what's going on in my head. They haven't got a clue and they don't realise how much like it hurts to see people like come into your life and try and realise and try and actually understand you when they've never been there and they don't know how it feels. But it's like they're there and you just got to deal with the situation and put on this happy or this fake persona and actually be false with them because you know it's easier to be false and give them the attitude that they want out of you than have your own attitude because they couldn't deal with the real you. They couldn't deal with what's going on in his head. They couldn't deal with the emotion and the distress and the anxiety that goes on in your life. They couldn't deal with that. So it's easier to give them the false version of yourself because it's convenient for them, not yourself, for them. And I know it's lying to yourself and it's lying to somebody else, but sometimes you just don't want the hassle and the grief and you just don't want that emotional conversation all of the time about yourself because some people can try so much and never get it right. They can never get it right, but I think it's on that person or those people that do that as well. It's on that person to realise that, yeah, he does suffer, or this person does suffer, or this person actually is going through a lot of mental health issues. And some people just see it as you know, it is a joke, and they see it as it's not a real problem. It's just you'll get over it. You'll be happy one day as well. Again, you know, but you can't just hope for that. You've got to go through the bad times with that person as well, and that's how I think you know, talking's cheap. You've got to show that you care. You can't just talk about things and say I'm going to do this. You've actually got to show your love more than just say you love somebody. I think that's how I envision like life, and that's, you know, personally what I would do if somebody was suffering, because I also know what it's like now firsthand how it feels to suffer mental health. It just makes you angry as well. Like nobody can nobody can be with you. Like it's some of your bad, like dark times in your life, because you don't want to keep putting onto people as well. You don't want to keep putting onto people as a safety net or like a comfort blanket, because you've got to also man up, as people say, you know, and you know, glide it out yourself and ride it out. Sorry, ride it out yourself, which I don't mind doing either, but sometimes gets a bit difficult. But yeah, I just couldn't sleep, so I just thought I'll come on live and just have a rant about a lot of things. I know sometimes there's a lot of quiet patches on this live and me not chatting much, but I just like the comfort of my videos as well, just to, you know, just to, so something to do either, you know, just something to do more than anything, just so I can look back on, you know, like I keep saying, in a week's time, to 2 months' time, to a year's time, and think, oh, that's where I was at that place, and hopefully, you know, then I'll be in a happier place, and I could be making more videos on happier subjects as much as I want to now, but I can't lie to myself or anybody else either. But I will get a drink as well, so I will pop that phone there as well. But yeah, I definitely think it's time now. For how much I don't want to, sorry guys, sorry. For how much I don't want to, I think it's time now. I should maybe go to the barbers and get a trim as much as I want to let my beard grow out. But it's getting to a point now it's actually getting too long and it's looking quite scruffy. So, you know, that'll be getting done now, tomorrow, you know. Because I've been saying I'm going to get it done, but I never get around to it. Just because I like it so much either, you know. I mean, I like it so much, I like the beard so much. I think with that, I've had a beard ever since I've been, you know, 17. You know, I was obviously not as structured as my beard right now, but that's just because of age. But, you know, I've always had the beard. I can take sort of my image to have a beard. You know, everybody's got their image and something that they like. And for me, it's the beard, you know, it's for me. And it's, you know, it's a part of my image. So I'm not going to get rid of the beard, as people sometimes say in the comments. You know, just shave the beard off, but no chance in doing that, you know. It doesn't matter if somebody offered me, you know, money to whatever it is. I don't want to shave the beard off. But yeah, quite actually enjoying just sitting chatting to myself and actually talking about my problems to you guys as well. So helps me recognize my my problems a lot more in depth and a lot more a lot easier.
and just having these problems in my head and not like putting them out there. I think that's the worst thing, is keeping everything inside, you know, and just not letting anything out, and just keeping everything in and bottling everything up. It's difficult sometimes to do, you know. It's difficult to do, just keep everything bottled up inside. And I think that's, you know, the crazy bit, you know, if you let everything bottle up and just have all these emotional problems going on in your head, it can be a bit crazy as well. But yeah, we'll be going off this live soon, because to be honest, I ain't got a lot left to talk about. But I can say, like I've said for most of this live, anybody suffers, anybody feels down, anybody feels there's no hope in life, anybody feels like life's not worth living, believe in yourself. It don't matter what people think, it don't matter what haters think, or people are trying to distract you from the truth. If you feel like you want to do something, do it. If you feel like you can cope in situations and people tell you you can't cope in situations, believe in yourself, you know. And if people tell you to do things that you don't want to do, don't do those things. Because I'm going to start learning by that sort of you know, I'm going to start learning by example myself. I'm going to start taking in what I say, you know. I'm going to start learning from what I'm speaking about, instead of trying to please everybody else. I need to start taking note of my own life and pleasing myself and pleasing my own life and putting happiness into myself and my household. So I just want you guys to also believe in yourselves as well, and not take no you know, no crap from anybody. But this has been a good live for myself, and I really appreciate everybody that's joined. So all I'd like to say is love yourself, love life, and peace out, guys. Tune back on Saturday.